She's essentially said her coach doesn't want her to play her game. And it's very clear that the Indiana Fever don't want Caitlin to be Caitlin.
I think that everyone saw that we kind of got some flow when Kate was hurt and our offense was clicking. But now we have to have a new offense when she's in there because she's...
Whoa, hold up.
Sophie Cunningham is fed up and will no longer remain silent. A shocking expose by the Indiana Fever guard has put them in the public eye and is shaking the WNBA. She is also making it very evident that Stephanie White is not attempting to make Caitlin Clark the system, but rather trying to fit her into a system.
Stephanie White, you deserve the Dodo Bird of the Day award. Yeah, I said what I said, and it is what it is. How you gonna say in a post interview, you gonna say that you trying to reintegrate CC, my precious CC, into an offense? What? She's the superstar. That means you should be trying to integrate all the other players, not...
The reality. Interviews about Caitlin being played out of position and needing to get better at spots where she shouldn't be playing show how frustrated she is. How can you treat your greatest player like that? Without a doubt, you assemble a team around the top player. Well, Stephanie White doesn't think that way. Furthermore, Sophie Cunningham is not amenable to it. It's completely insane what she's revealing about the Indiana Fever's true inner workings. This is the confrontation that everyone anticipated.
This is how you treat your prized possession? This is how you treat your cash cow? This is how you treat your savior? This is how you treat the young woman responsible for elevating this unbelievably rancid...
After rehearsal, Sophie Cunningham snatched up the microphone and, with the delicacy of a trailer park tornado and the accuracy of a Navy SEAL, exploded Stephanie White's well-prepared talking points. Sophie essentially yelled, "This roster should orbit around Caitlin Clark, not force her to squeeze into some outdated Connecticut playbook," as White continued to talk about integration and slow-tempo sets.
Today, salute to Sophie Cunningham. Not only does she stand up for Caitlin Clark on the court, but she stands up for Caitlin Clark in the media as well. While Caitlin Clark gets pushed around, thrown to the floor during games, and teammates are standing there just looking, not doing anything, Sophie Cunningham will do something. While other players get a microphone put in front of them, doing their media interviews, while they regurgitate the same nonsense, the same word salad that Stephanie White lies says, Sophie Cunningham will say...
Sophie did more than stand up for Caitlin Clark. With receipts, sass, and a look that suggested, "I said what I said," she body-slammed Stephanie White's entire coaching credibility. What set off this flaming takedown? Why does the WNBA seem to be a collective endeavor gone terribly wrong? Sophie sees what everyone else who has a basketball IQ higher than C-level sees. Everyone else is struggling with the user manual, while Caitlin is the system.
Man, I think that everyone saw that we kind of got some flow when Kate was hurt and our offense was clicking. But now we have to have a new offense.
Now we have to have a new offense. Translation: Stephanie White, that shit that you're trotting out there, that motion offense garbage that you're trotting out there, ain't gonna fly with a generational talent like Caitlin Clark. She's that damn good.
When Kate was hurt and our offense was clicking, but now we have to have a new offense when she's in there because she just brings that much to the game, and so we have to adjust.
Subscribe if you're enjoying it. Your head will spin faster than a washing machine on steroids after reading this. In her post-game interview, Stephanie White affirmed that the team appears its best when Caitlin is in control, making all of the decisions and having the center of attention. However, for some reason, after seeing that success in real time, White chooses to alter the game, slow it down, remove Caitlin from the game, and then whine when the team abruptly loses focus. This contradicts all logic and fundamental basketball sense.
Caitlin Clark's return, in which, since this is a lady we're talking about, it looks like Stephanie White has spaded Caitlin Clark, for lack of a better way of putting it. If it was a dude, I'd say neutered, but, you get my point. she has taken away Caitlin Clark's greatest asset, which is the creator and instigator of offense.
Sophie Cunningham essentially stated what everyone has been yelling on the record. Caitlin deserves all the credit. The offensive strategy we are now using is not effective. You must give Caitlin the ball and let her to complete her tasks. No 5-player configuration is the reason why supporters swarm the arena, purchase expensive goods, and chant like it's a cult revival meeting. The Caitlin system is it. She is the system, Caitlin. After all, nobody is purchasing tickets to watch backdoor cuts and screen assists, so even if you put 5 traffic cones and Fever jerseys next to her, it would still sell out. Caitlin is being purchased. For a period.
Stephanie White, you deserve the Dodo Bird of the Day award. How do you want my precious Cece to play defense every possession? Full out? Ain't no way. I played ball. Ain't nobody playing defense every possession unless you just great at defense and that's your job. You hear me? Don't you know she is an offensive player? You hear me? She scores. She facilitates. So she have to control and reserve her energy when it matters the most.
Sophie Cunningham is demonstrating that Caitlin Clark isn't receiving the respect she merits. This is where things start to go wild. The selection for the position of point guard is Aari McDonald. It's her, not Caitlin, who is bringing the ball forward. That's correct, people. While a reserve player leads the offense, the generational star that broke all college basketball attendance records stands in the corner. Caitlin isn't getting the ball, and she frequently shows signs of being angry with her teammates. When teammates like Natasha Howard fail to return the ball, cameras have caught Clark raising her arms in frustration. Scenes that go viral fast and provoke discussion about her body language and the dynamics of the team. This goes beyond basketball. She is the star, the director, and the one who rips the ticket at the door of this basketball theater.
It puts out a lineup yesterday. Aari McDonald starting at point. Kelsey Mitchell's at shooting guard. Caitlin Clark's at small forward. And I'm like, what is going on? Are we trying smaller lineups? I guess, okay, but are we doing a point forward situation? Is that what we're doing? We're doing a LeBron James point forward. No, the hell we ain't. We ain't. We're just running the same old, I want to say same old offense, but I don't know what that offense is.
Sophie gave the reality check that everyone needed to hear, but no one wanted to hear during the post-practice interviews. She stated, I think that everyone saw that we kind of got some flow when Caitlin was hurt and our offense was clicking, but now we have to have a new offense when she's in there because she just brings that much to the game. There is an active attempt to incorporate her as if her presence is a minor annoyance that requires bureaucratic approval, rather than constructing the offense around the generational issue. She doesn't play a supporting role. She is not a work in progress. She serves as the blueprint, the focal point, and the spectacular conclusion before the gym's lights go out. The point about the destructive players on their own islands was also made by Sophie. For example, this is not a professional basketball team, it's a tropical vacation. The WNBA abruptly became Survivor Indiana Fever Edition, where everyone is too preoccupied with paddling alone to see the boat is sinking, chemistry is folklore, and trust is a myth.
I think all of us just want it now. We know what the potential of this team can be, but we can't think about that. You really have to take day to day and stuff that worked here, we need to carry it over to tomorrow's game. We have a lot of games coming up, and I think like 7 days or whatnot, and so it's mentally making sure that we're good. It's physically making sure we're getting recovery, making sure we're taking care of our bodies off the court, but we're trying to figure it out, and I think you guys see it. I think we're all a little frustrated. We're trying to figure out what's clicking, what's not clicking, what works for us defensively, but at the end of the day, I think what we can hang our hat on is not getting outworked, making sure that we're the aggressors, making sure that we're getting boards, controlling what we can control. And I think we need.
This is the harsh reality, which is more painful than it should be. Caitlin Clark is a superstar for the Indiana Fever, yet they treat her like any other player. It would be like having a Ferrari, but only using it to go grocery shopping. A once-in-a-generation talent, Clark is. She is the type of athlete who has the power to alter the WNBA's course. However, The team has pushed her to the sidelines rather than embracing her and maximizing her potential. Not exactly, but in the way they don't include her in the strategy. We see her standing there time and time again as the team makes awkward plays that culminate in missed layups and disgruntled supporters. It's annoying to see, particularly in light of Clark's abilities.
Clark, Aaliyah Boston, deadly connection, pick and roll, two-man game connection that has worked this whole season, gone. Poof, the one thing that was in existence that actually worked, that felt like a little bit of something offensive that worked, gone. Gone. Caitlin Clark has a horrible game in her return. The whole team is horrible. I mean, what have I said on reactions to games, folks? When you got a big three, 2 out of the big 3 have to show up and produce. All right?
Head coach Stephanie White is still writing on her whiteboard as if she were lost in her own playbook, even after 20 games into the season. It is not a sign of patience to still be working it out at this stage. It indicates that a major problem has arisen. The plays don't seem like well-thought-out plans. They appear to be a disorganized, aimless street performance. Worst of all, White appears to be attempting to turn Caitlin Clark into a supporting character rather than the star or a leader. Additionally, Clark's potential to be a great player for this club and the league is diminished each time she is substituted out when she is getting momentum or when an open shot is missed. The main character in this franchise ought to be Caitlin Clark. Rather, she is being marginalized by a system that is unsure of how to handle a person such as herself. And the Fever stand a chance of squandering one of the most intriguing talents in women's basketball history until that changes.
Look, Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White clearly like and respect one another, right? But that doesn't mean they always see eye to eye. And I am beginning to suspect more and more that there's a bit of a divide between the way that they see the game and the way that they think the Indiana Fever should play. You can just hear what they have to say and connect the dots a little bit.
Sophie is aware that this roster isn't the issue. It's the strategy, the direction, and the system that looks like a roulette wheel with a whistle on it. Not that there isn't skill on the team. They have a lot. However, unguided brilliance is just chaos and sneakers. Chemistry cannot be created by chance. Synergy cannot be expected when confidence cannot be established. Sophie is the only one bold enough to harmonize with the national song, but the separation is louder than that. The entire arrangement is an example of masterful confusion. There are shooters playing hot potato with chilly hands, newbies carrying veteran burdens, and Sophie standing in the center of it all, using a flamethrower of truth to burn down the foolishness.
I don't know if you noticed or heard about it, but during the game, Caitlin got honored as the WNBA Player of the Year in the ESPYs. Just what does it mean to have her impact so far? I mean, there are a lot of really good players in this league, and she got honored as the best player in the league by the ESPYs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she continues to get new awards. She continues to break barriers. She continues to do things that we haven't seen before. I mean, you know, obviously you think about the Stewie's MVPs of the league, and you know, championship winners, and Asia's MVPs of the league and championship winners, and of course Sue Bird, who's sitting, you know, in the building today. And you know, Caitlin is so fortunate, as well as all these guys.
Caitlin has stated her position quite clearly. I think we need to do a better job of getting me the ball in transition, Clark said bluntly in the pre-game media availability. I believe there's a delicate balance between getting the ball in my hands and playing me off the ball, whether someone is present or not. I'm at my best during transitions at that point. Everyone is aware of that. White, however, emphasizes how Clark can get open looks if she creates screens, suggesting that she is desperate to keep Clark off the ball. Clearly off-ball activity. White used the Pacers as a model for choosing the we over the MI, emphasizing that Clark can learn from Tyrese Halliburton's strategy of enlisting his teammates. The true issue is evident behind all the jargon and strategic plans. Elite talent is being treated like a supporting actor. We wouldn't be seeing therapy sessions every night if Caitlin was on a different team.
So right here, y'all see my precious CC. She getting her airtime. Know what I'm saying? With the stud buds. And look, check this out. She said, oops, gotta go. Because look who we see now. It's Jigsaw. from the movie Saw. Stephanie White, she is a buzz killer. Golly, you hear me? Like, I don't understand, bruh. Like, you is 50, man. You need to go sit down somewhere. We trying to turn up and get lit, you hear me?
Sophie's remark isn't the crazy. It's because her words still need to be heard. The head coach appears to still be awaiting a starter pack to arrive in the mail after 20 games. Compared to a broken water fountain, the offensive has less flow. That is an advancement. That's a never-ending cycle of maybe next time. The role of diplomat is not what Sophie Cunningham is here for. She is not submitting an application to work at the league headquarters. Furthermore, she isn't sugarcoating anything to please the crowd that only enjoys positive feelings. With HD clarity and the accuracy of a buzzsaw in a dollhouse, she delivers the message that has to be heard. The most gifted athlete in women's basketball is being wasted because of the turmoil, chaos, and coaching that Sophie Cunningham has uncovered. Whether she's correct isn't the question. It's whether those who have the ability to make changes are truly paying attention.